Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you your week ahead reading for the week of the 6th of February to the 12th of February. So we do Sunday to Saturday for the week ahead. I have got a whole bunch of decks that I'm going to be working with again to bring you detailed, interesting information to guide you through the next 7 days. As I said, starting from Sunday the 6th of Feb all the way through to Saturday the 12th of Feb. We're going to start off with our theme and our word cards for the week ahead. Let's start with our theme because it's the one that's got a bit of glare on it, so let's get it out of the way. This is from the Enchanted Map Oracle, and again I have shuffled before I started recording, but I do like to shuffle just a little bit while I have you on camera with me. We're looking for an overall theme for the collective for every single one of us for the week ahead. Right, and let's see which card. Take that one over there. Let's have a look and see what our theme for the week ahead is. This week we have the Wizard of Awareness, card number 3. Oh, I like that. You know what? Immediately what I get from this is about becoming aware of ourselves, becoming aware of our function and purpose in the world, but also just becoming aware of what's going on around us, because we seem to have this kind of scenario playing out in each of our lives at the moment where we're either so focused on everybody else or we're so focused on ourselves. There doesn't seem to be a bit of a balance between that, and I think that's immediately what I'm getting from the Wizard of Awareness. It's about understanding what is going on around you, but also understanding how things or things that you do today, how they impact on other people and other scenarios and other things. So it's about being aware of the smallest things that we do and the chain reaction that unfolds from that. I'm loving the spirals in the background because again it's about one thing that just spirals and into the next and into the next. And it is about that understanding. So it's not about control, it's not about manipulation, it's not about changing, it's just about awareness. I love that. I think that's absolutely awesome. We do have a bit of glare there, and there's no ways I'm going to be able to avoid it, unfortunately. So just bear with me, friends. Let's actually see. I'm going to pause and see if I can change. All I can say is glossy cards are are a nightmare when you're trying to do anything that requires camera work. All right, we have got our theme for the week ahead. Let's get into our word cards, and these are from the I can't remember what they're called. The Word of the Year Oracle. Let's shuffle and get. So we shuffle and we take a single card from each of the colors to give us our theme for the week ahead. And it's always interesting to see what comes through from here and how it connects with our oracle there. All right, I have a word there. Just getting the little green cards out of the way. Let's shuffle the orange and see what comes through for us. Okay, and I am going to go for that one over there. Right, let's turn them over and see what we have. Stress-free. I'm liking it. We have our stress-free comfort. How amazing is that? I'm absolutely loving it. Right, now let's see if I can position them with no glare. Look at that. Stress-free comfort. So friends, when I look at stress-free comfort connected with the Wizard of Awareness, what comes through immediately so clearly is about, again, it's no action. It's not that we need to do anything. But what we need to do is we need to have that awareness. We need to be trying to work towards and focusing on stress-free comfort. So stress-free comfort is not something that comes about, again, through an action or through a behavior or through a scenario or a situation, but it's something that comes through from awareness. You know, and the message that comes through so clearly here is about, you know, just being aware of your state of mind, of your state of being, of the things that are happening around you, the things that are unfolding around you, and just finding comfort, finding acceptance, comfort, and just a sense of security through all of that, without the need or the feeling of wanting to jump into action or wanting to help or slow down or advance or anything. It's just about being in that space where there is just stress-free comfort. So for the week ahead, and this is again the week of the 6th of February to the 12th of February, let's not be too pushy this week. Let's slow down. Let's just absorb and look and be aware of what's going on around us without the need to direct. Okay. The next thing that we're going to be moving into is looking at our animal totem for the week ahead. And this week I'm going to work with this beautiful little deck. So it is called the Gifts of Spirit. It is animals and their natural gifts. It says it's a 35 card deck for kids of all ages. And I don't know about you, but that's me, hey? Always, forever and always a kid at heart. I love the backs of these cards, and they've got this beautiful gold gilding on the side as well. So let's have a look and see from this deck which animal is working with us for the week ahead. Which animal energy are we working with or is near to us that we can lean on, that we can absorb from, and that we can get guidance from for the week ahead. And I am going to take that one over there. Right, let's put the others away and let's have a look. Animal energy for the week ahead. Oh, we've got the elephant. Absolutely gorgeous. So the elephant, the key phrases that we have here is compassion, empathy, and passion. And again, I'm going to say to you that these energies that we have here with the elephant they're not active. They are active, but they're not action-based. It's more about thought. It's more about awareness. It's more about understanding. So we've got compassion, empathy, and passionate. When you're passionate about something, yes, passion can drive you into action, and passion can drive you into change and into doing things. But sometimes it just means that we feel things more. And it's about understanding the comfort, understanding what's around us, and just being aware of everything. So the animal totem or the animal energy guiding us for the week ahead is the beautiful, wonderful elephant. We love our elephants. And now we're going to move into our crystal energy for the week ahead. And I am working with the Crystal Alley cards again. I used them last week as well. So they are quite large and they are quite big, but they are just absolutely beautiful. So let's shuffle and let's see what crystal energy. I'm going to shuffle them long ways because otherwise, whoops, you can see it's going to be a nightmare. Hold a second. Let's get it going. Right, there we go. So we're looking for a crystal that we can work with for the week ahead. Crystal energy for the week that we can each work with, that we can each lean on and take from for the week ahead. Right, cards have had a little bit of a shuffle, and let's just do that. And I'm going to take straight off the top. Let's have a look. I hope I haven't turned it upside down. Let's have a look and see crystal energy for the week ahead. We have got cuprite. Cuprite. I have no idea what that crystal looks like or what it is about. The key phrase we have across the top here is female power. And obviously we've got the female symbol over there. So cuprite, I am not familiar with that crystal at all. But looking at female power, doesn't that just tie in so beautifully with those key words? Okay, let's see if I think I'm going to put cuprite over there. Push the wizard up slightly, it all fits in. So if I look at the keywords that we have for our animal totem for the week, they tie in so beautifully with female power of cuprite, with the wizard of awareness, because isn't that something that woman's intuition, we have this ability to just know what's going on in our families, to know who needs a bit of support, who needs a little bit of nurture, who needs a little bit of love. It's all about bringing about stress-free comfort to our loved ones, to our family, to our partners, our children, our family members. And it's not that masculine energy doesn't have that ability, but masculine energy is more action, more active, and more busy, if I can put it that way, whereas the feminine energy is more nurturing and caring. So to me, everything is tying in so beautifully for the week ahead for energy. So whatever cuprite is, I actually don't know. I'm going to recommend that we all go and Google it, but I'm going to take the key phrase there of female power and understanding it is about creation, it is about birthing, it is about nurturing, it is about compassion, empathy, and being passionate about whatever it is that's going on. And it's about bringing stress-free comfort to our own lives and to everybody around us as we are aware. So it's just about connecting to intuition. That's actually what I'm going to take from this. It's about connecting to our intuition and just being mindful of what's going on in our lives, in the bigger picture, in our family and our loved ones, and maybe not being too quick to make changes, but just being empathetic and compassionate to the situation around us. I'm actually loving this for the week ahead, really am. And it's quite interesting. I suddenly realized that, everything that we're looking at this week is leading up to, it's the couple of days before Valentine's Day. So yes, I know Valentine's Day, a lot of people don't really follow it anymore because it's become so commercialized. But let's go back to roots. Let's go back to what it was about. And it was about love. So let's remove everything else from it, and let's just understand it is about compassion, empathy, and passion, isn't it? It's about having that ability to connect with a person unconditionally, to love unconditionally. So as we move towards the week of Valentine's, this is about every single one of us just connecting with our own inner selves, connecting, being aware of our feelings, of our situation, as well as those around us, and bringing us to a place of stress-free comfort so that we can love unconditionally without any issues or without any problems. So I am going to ask each of you watching now, if anybody has any information on this particular crystal, please put it in the comments below, because it may help the rest of us watching to try and understand exactly what it is, because I'd love to see if there is. I'll Google it after I've recorded. Unfortunately, can't Google while recording, but yeah, I'm certainly going to go and Google it as well, and if there is any information that comes through from it, I will also put it in the comments below. But I think let's open up a communication around this, because I think it may be quite interesting to see how this particular crystal ties in with the message that's coming through from Spirit. All right, so friends, we are now moving on to, I'm trying to grab the deck and it's a large one. We're now moving on to our elemental readings for the week ahead, and this is the tarot deck that I have chosen to work with this week. It's one that I don't use very often, purely because it's quite large. And it is the Tarot of Dreams by Ciro Marchetti. Beautiful, beautiful deck. The artwork is just so amazing. Aren't these backs just gorgeous? I can actually get quite lost in all of that artwork. So Ciro Marchetti, this deck, there's a little bit of info at the back here that says 2015. So it's an old deck. It's a deck that's been around for a very long time. So this portion of the video, we are now going to do the elemental readings for the week ahead. I do elemental readings just so that we're all getting a little bit of something personal, but I am grouping them into the elements of fire, earth, air, and water. So I basically take the zodiac signs by element. So fire signs being our Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, our earth signs being Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn, air signs being Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and water signs being our Cancerians, our Scorpios, and our Pisces. So I'm going to do a 2-card reading for each of the elements, just to give you a little bit of personal guidance for the week ahead of what the energies are all about, what you need to be mindful of, what may be happening for you for the week ahead. So I'm just going to shuffle Tarot of Dreams, and we're going to start off with the fire signs. So fire signs being Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's have a look and see what is in store for you for the week ahead. What do you need to be aware of? What do you need to be mindful of for the week ahead? And I'm going to cut the deck over there. So for our fire signs, the first card we have is Lovers. I love it. And we have the 4 of Coins. Right, so let's have a look at our 2 cards. Actually, let's do it this way, because otherwise things are just going to get messy. All right, so for our fire signs, we have got the Lovers. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure that there's no glare for you guys. We've got the Lovers card, and as much as the Lovers card is about love, it's also about, and considering we're looking at the elephant, and going back to basics and going back to old traditions around Valentine's Day and things like that, the Lovers card for me is always the card of choice, and it's saying to you that we can follow our passions, we can follow our dreams and our desires, but we've always got to understand the consequences of our choices and the consequences of our behaviors. So with the Lovers card here, for all Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, for our fire signs, it's about understanding the passion. It's about allowing that passion to drive you, but also just being mindful and aware of the consequences of your behavior and your choices and your actions. Considering we have the 4 of Coins here, and the 4 of Coins is about financial stability, security. It's about having that base, that familiar, that stable base that gives you the solid foundation. And it's about our material possessions, whether that be money, whether that be property, vehicles, our objects, or our income in particular. So fire signs for the week ahead, this is Spirit saying to you, be very conscious of the choices and the decisions that you make this week to ensure that it brings you the stability that you're looking for. So again, there's no real activity or action here. It's just about mindfulness, awareness and mindfulness around your decisions, making sure that you're focusing on the things that are relevant, the things that are appropriate, and the things that bring you what you're looking for in life. Remember, this week we're all about stress-free comfort. So the stress-free comfort is being aware of your desires, being aware of your decisions and your choices, and making sure that they are going to lead you to that which you want, and not just something that appears on the surface to be what you're looking for. Right, so fire signs, that is yours for the week ahead. I'm going to leave the cards over there. Let's grab the deck again. Now we're looking at our earth signs. Earth signs being Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn for the week ahead. Okay, cards are shuffled. Going to cut the deck over there, and we're going to take 2 cards for earth signs. We have our Knight of Cups, and we have the 6 of Swords. Right, put the deck over there. So let's have a look. Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Knight of Cups, I mean, first of all, isn't this just beautiful artwork? Both of these cards, they are just absolutely exquisite. Both of them, there's movement, all right? In both of these cards, there is movement and there is action. What we have here with the Knight of Cups is, you know, he's being very dapper in his expression of love. So it's almost like a similar to our fire signs with the Lovers card there, because it's saying, if you love somebody, let them know. Show the love and the feelings, the emotions that you have for another person. Don't try and hold it all in. And it's interesting that his horse happens to be a seahorse. He's under the water. Water is the sign of emotion. And earth, you know, what we've got here for your earth signs with the Knight of Cups is just Spirit saying to you, if you, whatever you're feeling, whether it be good or bad, whether it be highs and lows, whether it be positive, negative, it's about expressing that, but it's expressing it in a big way, showing and not holding back anything. Just like the seahorse when he gives birth to his babies, you know, it's about pushing and pushing and pushing out of the stomach area, which he does have a bit of armor on to protect himself. But it is about recognizing that it's about showing love, expressing it, putting it out there, not being overly concerned around the consequences. Whereas for our fire signs, we were saying, let's be cautious because of consequences. But for our earth signs, this is Spirit saying, just release that emotion, share that emotion. And it's quite interesting that we have the 6 of Swords here, because the 6 of Swords, we're in a boat, we're traveling, we're moving from one point to another. So there is this transition that's taking place. But it's not like you need to start it now, because this is saying that you are already in progress, because we're saying that this is not such a big action week as it is a mindful awareness week. So earth signs, this is Spirit saying, show emotion to those people in your life, those people who are current and active in your life. Let them know how you're feeling, let them know how you're thinking, because change is already happening. It's already initiated, it's already started. And if you express your love, express your feelings, express your desires, it's going to bring you closer to your destination that you're moving towards. Okay, remember, female power is about doing it carefully, doing it gently, with nurture, with love, with compassion, with empathy, and with passion. All right, so that is for our earth signs. Let's do it like that. Picking up the tarot again, and we're moving on to our air signs, being Gemini, being Libra, and being Aquarius. Air signs of Gemini, of Libra, and Aquarius. Let's see what the week has in store for you. What do you need to know? What do you need to be aware of for the week ahead? Okay, cutting the deck over there. First card we have for you is the 3 of Wands. Second card we have for air signs, we have the Strength card. I know I said it already, but look how gorgeous these cards are. I do absolutely love them. Sorry, just want to tidy up a little bit. Okay, so for our air signs, being our Geminis, our Libras, and Aquarius, the first card we have for you is the 3 of Wands. You can see that he's sitting. It looks like he's, I'm going to call it daydreaming, okay? So he's not being active in his movement and in his activity, but it's almost like he's daydreaming. He's wishing, he's waiting, he's longing for something to happen. He's longing for his ship to come in. So he knows that as soon as the ship arrives, things are going to happen. And until his ship arrives, he's being patient, he's waiting, and he's basically just being mindful and aware of his situation and his circumstance. And I do think, air signs, this is Spirit saying to you, you know what you want, you know what you're working towards, you know what you're waiting for. So we need to be patient just a little bit longer, and don't feel like you are wasting your time. Don't feel like you are wasting your energy. It's about digging deep into your heart and soul to find that inner strength that you have to be patient, to wait for your situation to come about. So it's about recognizing that just because you want something really, really badly, just because you've been waiting such a long time, there is nothing that you can do to speed it up. And sometimes speeding it up will bring about another whole, series of challenges and problems, which we don't need, which we don't want, which we don't need in our lives right now. So air signs being Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, this is Spirit saying to you, just be patient with yourself, be patient with your circumstance. Let's be aware of what we're feeling, of the desires that we're putting out there, and let's just understand that we are stronger than we realize. And just because we're strong doesn't mean you have to be assertive all the time. Just because you have the strength or this ability to be strong doesn't mean you have to be aggressive all the time. It's about, holding that strength back. And there's such a power, there's such a strength in holding that potential back, waiting for just that right moment before we move. So this is absolutely air signs. This is Spirit saying to you, this is not the week for action. This is not a week for, springing into action or getting anything done. It's a week of holding your power back, holding your strength back, and keeping it in reserve while you wait for that right moment, while you wait for your ship to come in, and then you can spring into action, leap into action, and achieve. So it's about being aware and being mindful, recognizing the power that you have within you. And just because you have it within you doesn't mean that you have to share it out. Let's be stress-free, excuse me, oh my gosh, let's be stress-free. Let's focus on comfort, compassion, empathy, and passion. I like that one. Okay, we're probably going to get a bit of glare. I do apologize. All right, and last but certainly not least, our water signs. Let's shuffle the cards for our water signs, and let's draw some cards for them. I actually need to shift that glare. Hold a sec. I hope that's a little bit better. It's a constant adjustment, especially with the weather that we're having here today as well. All right, so we are doing water signs being our Cancerians, Scorpios, and Pisces. Let's shuffle the cards and see what is in store for you for this week. For our water signs, our Cancerians, our water signs being Cancerians, Scorpios, and Pisces energy. All right, cards are shuffled. I'm going to cut the deck over there. And first card we're drawing for you is the Two of Cups. Second card we're drawing for you is the Hanged Man. Right, I'm putting the tarot deck out of the way because we don't need it anymore. All right, so the Two of Cups, we've got two cups, we've got two swans, and the two swans are obviously making a heart. Two of Cups is the card of partnership. It's the card of union. It's the card of joining. It's the card that says to you, two heads are better than one. Two hearts are better than one. By recognizing that you are a complete unit on your own, but when you combine or join or connect with another, suddenly you become so much more than you ever were. And it's interesting that it's come through for you when we're looking at stress-free comfort, when we're looking at female power. The fact that we have the Hanged Man here, the Hanged Man is about pause, it's about reflection, it's about understanding, but it's also about just taking a different viewpoint on a situation and on a circumstance. So he's hanging upside down, not because somebody has put him in that position, but because he's chosen to do it voluntarily. He's like sort of saying, I want to look at things differently. I don't want to look at things in the same way. So I do think water signs, this is Spirit saying to you for the week ahead, when it comes to your connections and your emotions, considering our theme, considering everything that's going on, I think this is Spirit saying to you, your personal connections, your personal relationships with other people, before you respond and before you react and before you almost put your own kind of thoughts on the situation. Let's just observe. Let's look at it slightly differently. Let's just see it from a different vantage point so that you can fully understand the compassion, the empathy that you need to have. So we'll have stress-free comfort when we don't respond too quickly. So water signs, and we know our water signs are all very emotional beings, maybe not overly emotional or outwardly emotional, but this is Spirit saying, in your relationships and in your connections with people, let's just be aware. Remember our wizard of awareness. Let's just be aware of what's going on. What is the dynamic duo between the two of you? And it's not always about romance. It's not always about romantic relationships. So it could be a connection with a family member, with a friend, with a colleague, within anybody. But it's about, that's where your focus is going to be, is on your interactions with other people. And you are going to see things differently. You're going to need to look at things differently. And you may need to be a little bit patient before the truth is revealed, before everything comes to light. So female power is about, the strength that you have to nurture, to love unconditionally, stress-free comfort. We're making sure that we're bringing our awareness to the situation so that we can be more compassionate, have more empathy, and more understanding with everybody around us. Good. So we have got our elements done. Next, and I think based on previous comments, based on the messages that I have received, in various different channels and forms, the next part is the part that everybody seems to really, really enjoy. So the next part is our Q&A with Spirit. So I have got my little questions deck here. Let's give it a shuffle and let's see what question wants to come through. So we're asking Spirit at this point, what is something significant and important that we all need to be working through, asking, understanding this week? So just, we're looking for a question that we can work on, a question that we can work through. What is something that we all need to be focusing on? I'm just waiting for the go-ahead from Spirit that I have shuffled sufficiently. Considering this is, apparently that's the one, considering this is our Q&A with Spirit, we like Spirit to direct, we like Spirit to control. So let's have a look and see the question that we have for this week. Where in my life should I be more daring? So where in your life should you be more daring? I quite enjoy that question. I must say I'm surprised because it sort of goes, I don't want to say against, but it's sort of different to the theme that's come through in our theme for the week, our words for the week, our animal, our crystal, and in our elemental readings. This seems to be a little bit, because everything else has been about inaction, not really jumping ahead, not really jumping forward, about just being aware and mindful of what's going on and where we are and what we're moving towards, understanding people a little bit more. And suddenly here it's about, where should we be more daring? So I think it is Spirit saying that the way that we can have the stress-free comfort that we need is about understanding where to hold back, to be compassionate, understanding, and considerate, and where we should be more daring. So I think it all makes sense, right? So as always, Q&A with Spirit, I like to use my little Buddha tarot because it's just amazing. Let's just give it a quick little shuffle while we think on the question, while we understand the question, and then let's draw some cards and see what comes through as the answer. So where in our life should we be more daring? What aspect of our life? What part of our life? What situation in our life? Is it about emotion? Is it about the physical? Is it about the action? What part of our life do we, or should we, be more daring? Because where are we maybe holding back a little bit? Where are we being a little bit too cautious, or a little bit too I think cautious is probably the best word to use there. Where are we being a little bit too cautious, where we could be a little bit more daring in order to have more happiness, more stress-free comfort? Okay, cards are shuffled. Cut the deck over there and let's see what we've got. First card we have Six of Wands. Second card we have, oh, loved, the Magician. I'm just going to take the two cards for now. So if I look at what we've got over here, friends, with the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is the card of victory. It's the card of success, but it's also the card of our friends, neighbors, and acquaintances acknowledging our success. So here he has come back into town. He is carrying his victory wreath, and all his friends and neighbors and colleagues have come out in celebration of his accomplishments. So where should you be more daring? In letting people know what you have achieved, what you have accomplished. You know, we've all been, and I know I say this quite a lot, but we've all been conditioned and programmed to to not be, to not share our successes. We tell people, but we sort of underplay it or downplay it quite a lot. We don't really stand on our soapbox and say, hey, I achieved this, I did well here. We don't go looking for validation and looking for, but I think this is Spirit saying we should be sharing our positives, sharing our successes with our friends, with our colleagues, with our, the people who are significant in our lives, instead of, keeping it to ourselves and going, yay, internally. We should be actually putting it out there and letting people celebrate with us. So where should we be more daring in expressing and sharing the success that you have? And the reason why I've interpreted the Six of Wands in that way is because of the Magician card over here. So the Magician card is the card of magic, obviously. We have the Wizard of Awareness over there as well. So there's definitely themes coming through here. But the Magician is the card that talks about your ability to manifest, your ability to create, your ability to do. Okay? So it is both of these, and everything else has been about inactivity. Okay? Everything else has been about, stress-free comfort, about compassion and empathy, but not actually doing anything. But where should we be more daring? In the things that we do. So it's not about doing for others. It's not about helping and guiding others. It's about actually saying, what about me? Okay? The way that you're going to get the stress-free comfort that you want in life is to be more aware of your own activities, your own actions, your own needs, wants, and desires, and actually putting effort where effort matters, and not always putting other people first, not always saying about everybody else, oh, well, let me help you here and let me help you there, and don't worry about me, I'll do it later. It is actually about recognizing who and what you are, who and what you need, and who and what, your success. So you need to be more daring around your own activities, your own actions, and your own victories and your own successes. That is what's most important. I keep wanting to go back to our Wizard of Awareness. So actually I'm going to bring it. Yeah. I feel like I haven't given it enough airtime. and going in with our question of where in our lives should we be more daring. This Wizard of Awareness, it's about being honest with yourself around what's going on around you. It's about being honest with yourself about, the people that are in your life, what they're doing, how they're doing it, how you respond to them, what they expect of you, what you're doing for them, what you're doing for yourself. And it's about recognizing that you can't do anything to change other people. The only thing that you can change is yourself. And it's about being more daring around that. So even though people matter, okay, even though your friends and your family and your work colleagues, even though they are significant and they do matter in your life, and their happiness matters too, we're not discounting that for a minute. But I think this is Spirit saying to you, let's be honest with ourselves around other people's motives, around other people's requirements and expectations, and how much of your life is dedicated to other people versus how much is dedicated to yourself. And I think this is Spirit saying it's time to be a little bit more daring and saying, you know what, I'm not going to help you first, I'm going to actually help myself first. I also, at this point, when I said that, when you climb on an aeroplane and they do the safety check, they always say, put your own mask on first before trying to help anybody else. Just because you're putting your own mask on does not mean that you don't have compassion and empathy for somebody else, that you don't want to help somebody else. But again, if the mommy doesn't take care of herself, if the woman doesn't take care of herself, who's going to take care of her? How can she take care of her family? How can she nurture? How can we have stress-free comfort when we don't take care of ourselves first? And I honestly think that's the message that's coming through so loud and clear for the week ahead. So for the week ahead, regardless of your element, regardless of your zodiac sign, it is saying let's be honest with ourselves for the week ahead. Let's not do anything to cause disruption or to cause change or to do anything. Let's just observe. Let's just be mindful of where everybody fits in our life and what they do and what they expect of us. And let's rather focus on our own victories, our own successes, and the things that we can do. And if you only focus on that, everything else will sort itself out. Everything else will become easier, everything else will become happier, and you will have a lot more success in anything and everything that you do. But I do think it's very important. Where in your life should you be more daring around celebrating, acknowledging, and moving towards your own success, your own victory, your own accomplishments, and recognizing that you deserve this, recognizing that you are fully capable of doing this, and you deserve the success that's coming for you. Okay, so friends, I do hope that you have an amazing week. I do hope that this, I want to call it the second week of February 2022, brings you stress-free comfort that you need, that you deserve, and that you want. And remember, if you know anything about this particular crystal, please do share it in the comments below. I would love to learn more with you. And if you're interested, read the comments, because you may actually find some information. So friends, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, I do hope that you enjoyed. And as always, my channel members, on the top 2 tiers, please do hang around. There is an extended version of this reading available to you as well. Friends, have an awesome week with love and blessings. Take care.